Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody out there in YouTube land? Halliday LLC studio. We are live at the fabulous Wainema Ranch. Hey, gonna talk property preservation this morning. Little property preservation. A lot of stuff jumping off. This portion brought to you by Women at Work Incorporated in that Richmond, Virginia area. Give Kim Savage a call. She'll help you out. She'll square you away. There is a new game in town. I stumbled across the website. IAFST.com. IAFST.com. IFAST.com. International Association Field Service Technicians. An international trade association with membership in Europe, Canada, and the United States. The IFAST leverages both labor and management to ensure optimal portfolio benefit while ensuring sustainability for all parties concerned. There you go, right there, ladies and gentlemen. There is a new game in town. That means the crime lord, Eric Miller, the criminal supervisor, Eric Miller, executive director of the National Association of Management for Stealing, I call them, National Association Mortgage Field Services, supervised by Eric Miller. Your days are numbered. I got a feeling. This organization right here, it's a new game in town, ladies and gentlemen. It's a new game in town. Go over, take a look. There's memberships, there's education, and there's IFAST has been working closely with labor, management, financial institutions, putting it all together. You cannot have an education module of any facet, and this was my complaint many years ago. As many of you know, I have helped work on developing some education programs in the industry. I worked with the NARPE folks for a minute over there and consulted there, spoke at a couple of their events. But I've always advocated for labor and education for labor in the industry, because the truth is property preservation industry is a viable industry, and there's absolutely no reason it can't be set up where you have an apprentice level type scenario going on, where, let's say I have 8 or 9 field supervisors. Eventually they could, become a journeyman level type person and have their own business themselves. Something like that. I don't see why that would be a problem. The industry is constantly turning over. It is a viable industry, and it should be addressed and conducted as an industry. It shouldn't be the idiot way it is. But the government is involved in this. All sides of everything. I remember HUD, Fannie Mae, and everything. And the big news right now, it appears that Mr. Barack Obama, I have a very difficult time putting president in front of that, because I feel he has disrespected the American people, and he has disrespected everything about this country. He has become a traitor. That is my humble opinion, ladies and gentlemen. But apparently, he had his Justice Department steal money from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. And we'll touch on that in a little bit here, because there's some things starting to tumble and snowball in the industry due to money not being where it's supposed to be. And we'll get to that in just a little bit here. But back to IFAST, not the only game in town anymore, NEMFS. You get to go. And there's a lot of problems. The next segment, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Property Preservation Rescue. 405-788-5098. Give Candace a call. 504-788-5098. All your bid and processing needs. The girl's good. She's good. Give her a call. Hey, they're saying Bitcoin. Trippy thing here. Bitcoin, the value of a Bitcoin surpasses Gold. That's kind of the first time I've ever heard of any kind of currency or anything being more valuable than gold. That's maybe I need to start looking into that and put a little Bitcoin thing on the website. I don't know, man. Illegal back charging. Illegal back charging, ladies and gentlemen. MCS is getting hit for $1.6 million for the kind of defrauding, negligence and stuff, not upholding their contractual obligations down in Oklahoma. But they're being sued, and NFR having some serious financial problems. They may be insolvent, ladies and gentlemen. They're doing some real funny back charges, and HUD has paid what they're back charging you for. And again, I'm going to touch on this again. This kind of ties into my Business 101. Today is going to be personal identification for your employees, but this ties into Business 101 too. What NFR is doing is they're going back a couple years, and they're tapping something and saying, oh, this was wrong, it went belly up, la da 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 da. HUD paid that. They filed their taxes on that. And let's just say it's 2017. Let's go back 2015. 2015, and they book you for $300. And they do this 1,500 times around. Think about it for just a minute. They probably have 2,000 or 3,000 vendors, and if they're clipping you for $100, 2,000 or 3,000 vendors, not a bad chunk of change, huh? Now, here's what happens. Here's what they do. They go back into 2015, and they say, this went wrong, so we have to back charge you. And it's only one back charge. Well, let's not argue with them. We need the work. And that's what everybody does. So they just go, okay. Then they do it later on, and it happens 4 or 5 times a year. And maybe you only have maybe $1,200, $1,400 in back charges from a company. But it's all done on the year 2015. This is 2017. So taxes were done last year, and now we're doing this year's. So those taxes are gone. They did their taxes. They got their taxes out of the way. Your taxes are out of the way. Where does that money go? Where's that money accounted for? What category does it go in? When you get your 1099 at the end of the year, you're going to get a 1099 for the amount of money you were paid. Not the amount you invoiced. Think about it. Not the amount you invoiced and they shorted you. There's a difference here now. That money goes in their pocket, and therefore, this is why the IRS says you must 1099 that money so they can look at it. You're protecting yourself. You're standing up. That is conducting business. That's Business 101. Business 101. Hey, shout out. Shout out to Brett Douglas down there. I heard he hurt his back too. Brother, I got one on too, man. Hey, hope you're feeling better down there. If you're in that D-Land, Florida area, get a hold of Brett Douglas. Landscape maintenance, Team Ironclad down there. They got it going on. They got it going on. Business, personal identification information. Personal identification information. What we're going to do this next part, you got to protect your employees' information, ladies and gentlemen. It's just that simple. World has gotten very small with all this electronic stuff that we use today and the internet and whatnot. You have to protect your employees' personal information. It's just that simple. You have to protect it. If you don't, you're on the hook. And that is my problem with the industry. It's been my problem with the industry for a very long time when it comes to, let me have all your employees' personal information so I can background check them. I don't know who Aspen Grove is. They're in another country. They're not getting my employees' personal information. Period. I'm not going to go on the hook like that. And neither should you, because that's poor business management. So today's next segment, unsecure website notice. It is an unsecure website notice. This is brought to you by foreclosurepedia.org, foreclosurepedia.org, ladies and gentlemen, for your up to the minute fraud and criminal activity on the National Association of Mortgage Field Services offender members. Foreclosurepedia.org, foreclosurepedia.org, ladies and gentlemen, you'll love it. Good stuff, good stuff. New entry, Edgemark Solutions, A to Z. Edgemark Solutions joins this vast list of national order mills that want your information, your employees' information, and their websites are unsecure, which means these hackers that do these DDoS attacks where they have bots they set up like the Democrats are accusing the Russians of doing to steal their information that is the truth, because they're not denying it, that they're trying to tell us now that, oh, the Russians caused us to lose the election. No, the information that they gave us caused you to lose the election. Anyways, Edgemark Solutions, A to Z Field Services. They used to be a reputable company. I'm hearing a lot of bad stuff about them trying to cheat people and do funny back charges. We're looking into that too right now. So there'll be more on that. City Side Management, PK Management, and oh, by the way, a semi-national. They're down in the Edgemark Solutions area too, if I'm not mistaken. Northside. These are all unsecure websites. They tie into NAMFS. And these sites have already been banged, and I know NAMFS sites has been knocked down a little bit a couple times, but you have to make sure your employees' information is secure. This is what the big issue is in the industry, ladies and gentlemen. Employee versus independent contractor. The companies that we engage business with hire Alladay LLC. They don't hire me. They hire Alladay LLC. I spent a good long time developing a company with a good reputation with other people involved. There were other people that assisted me in developing a company. When somebody calls Alladay LLC, they're calling the company, because it doesn't matter who I plug into the company has developed a reputation. Therefore, they want that reputation of quality service. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are going to hold a business license, do yourself a favor. Go to business networking events. Go to events that won't cost you a lot of money. Look for bargains that I give labor all the time. Business 101. I got a little package for $50. You can't beat it with a stick. I give information away all the time. Talk to people that will help you develop your business. Develop policies for your business. What's right for you? Make sure you're following your state laws, your city ordinances, your local. Those laws are important. They generate tax revenue for the schools your children go to. Think about it. Just think about it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't hate Eric Miller. I've never met the man. I just think, you know what? He has the ability, and he had the ability to stop that snowball effect that happened back in 2010, and he did nothing about it. He let it continue to pyramid, and therefore they are the National Association of Management for Stealing, because that's what they do. These websites are unsecure, ladies and gentlemen. Your information is going in there. It's going wherever. Once again, Edgemark Solutions, A to Z, City Side, PK Management, Northside. Hey, if you want to advertise, if you're on the West Coast, I'd love to have some West Coast people. Would love to have some West Coast information and input out here. Give me a call. Send me an email. Let's all have a great day. Let's all be safe out there.